So earlier today we had our Nintendo Switch 2 Direct, and frankly the Direct was actually really good. There's a bunch of exciting games that people are excited for, Kirby. I know some people are excited for Deltarune. We saw Silk Song. We saw the new Mario Kart. There's the totally not Bloodborne game. Really good stuff. And everybody was super riding a Nintendo high. And then they, as the subsequent hours after the Direct came out, we learned more and more about the Switch, and I think everybody immediately deflated about this thing. I'm sure there's a billion other videos out here, but here's mine. So start off, the price of the Switch 2 got announced. This is all American, by the way, US. I think in Canada it's like more expensive. So the basic edition is going to be $450. And then you add an additional $50 with Mario Kart World to it, and that's $500. That's quite a lot. that's a ton of money. Next up. Now if we want to add some more prices to it, so here is an official Nintendo article. It's Nintendo Switch 2 launches June 5th, bringing new forms of game communication to life. Communication, 5-head. So if we go down here, we can also see the individual prices of certain things. So here's the Switch 2, $450, Switch 2 Mario Kart World Bundle, $500. If you want the 2 Pro controller, I assume the Switch 1 Pro controller doesn't work. That'll be $80. If, let's say, your Joy-Con or certain parts break, the Joy-Con itself is $90, the charging grip is $35, strap is $13, the wheel set, I'm actually not fully sure which parts these individuals are. But then the camera, the, physical OnlyFans camera that it comes with is $50, the dock set is $110, the carrying case and screen protector, that's whatever. Carrying case, AC adapter is $30. It's a lot for an AC adapter, jeez. The general idea is that it's super fucking expensive. And that's just for the console itself. So you can see the prices here for, 2 games, but, I have seen this float around. I pulled it from this Reddit here, $70. So yeah. So, Mario Kart, $80. Donkey Kong Bonanza is $70. The Switch 2 version of Tears of the Kingdom is $80. The Switch 2 version of Breath of the Wild is $70. That's fucking ridiculous. Causing that for a fucking... When did that game come out? 2017? Forgotten Land, I think that came out 2 years ago. That's $80. So yeah, it's a fucking ton. And what's better yet, so these are the online prices, right? There are the physical prices. And Switch 2 games price is up. So the digital is $80, and then the physical is $90. So you'd think, okay, what's the additional $10 worth, right? Well, fuck, where did I put it? Well, Nintendo confirmed some Switch 2 game cards, the physical things, will only include a download key. So essentially, you get the thing, you put it in your Switch, and it tells your Switch you own the game. So now you can just download it from the shop. So that means you're paying an additional $10 for the physical case. By the way, physical cases don't include those little game pamphlets for those of us that are older. You know, when you'd buy a PS2 or PS3 game, and on the way home, your parents are driving you home, and you'd open up the game and have the little pamphlet to show you the controls, some stories, some of the characters and stuff. Yeah, you're paying $10 for just the case itself. So yeah, that's fun. But let's add some more money. Why don't we? So let's see. Here is another official Nintendo. This is the Nintendo website. Here, it's the online play. So we've got the typical price, the $20. It's for one account. This is for individual people. You've got the online. You got the NES and SNES, the Game Boy, Nintendo Music. That's right, that exists. Special offers that you'll never pay attention to. But then in the Direct, they showed off that there's going to be some new stuff in the online package. It's the Expansion Plus, and that is $50 a year. So if you want to pay out the extra $30, you'll get the Nintendo 64, Game Boy Advance, and then it's not updated on the website yet, but you'll also get the GameCube stuff, along with the Sega Genesis, and then I guess these. Don't know why you'd want to bother with Mario Kart 8 anymore, because you've got Mario Kart World, but whatever. So yeah, that's for individual. Let's look at the family price. So the base edition is $35, and then the expansion pack is $80. And remember, these are the prices pre their the new stuff they're adding into the online price. So yeah, that's a ton of fucking money. That's a ton of money. So let's say you're getting a Switch for the first time. You'll spend the $450 base, or the $500 if you want to just get the two of them. Let's say this bundle is not in store anymore, because frankly this one is going to sell more. You pay for this $450, and then you pay the extra $80 for Mario Kart World, because that comes out for we know that comes out the day it comes out. And then let's say you've got some friends you want to do. Now you've got to pay an additional $20 at least. And that's not to say if you don't have like a little brother or a little sister, in which case you'd want to go through the family one, where you'd at least add an additional $35. But let's add more money. So a big problem with the initial Switch was its storage. The storage was like 100 and something gigabytes, and you'd run out of space pretty fast. So you'd buy an SD card, right? Well, they upgraded the storage in here, so now it's 256 here. But an additional thing is that you can only use micro SD cards on this thing, and these get really expensive. So here's a terabyte one, 109. Here is 128, it's 55. 256, 60. I just use Amazon pricing because, I mean, most people are going to go through Amazon. And in case you're wondering how much space you'll quickly use up, let's see, Breath of the Wild is 13.4 gigabytes. Let's shoot ahead to Tears of the Kingdom is 18.2, and these are the Switch versions. We don't know how much the Switch 2 versions are with, you know, upgraded graphics and all that stuff. Let alone, let's look at if Mario Kart World is really just this big open world that you can go everywhere with. I can't imagine that's a small game. That's gotta probably be at least 30 gigabytes, give or take. So just among those, you've already used close to 100 of the gigabytes just for those 3 games alone. So obviously you're going to want to get another one. Can't use your old Switch one, so you gotta drop $50 at least to be able to hold some more games. And that's not to mention, as sort of more games come out and then they start using more of the system, it's no secret that as game consoles sort of live, games get bigger. Games just get bigger. I think a big problem with the PS5 is that some of these games are like half of the game's storage space. Especially if you're like a Call of Duty player. Those things just eat up the entire storage and then you have to get more. So, yeah, just expect to drop 450, potentially at least 80, maybe an additional 70, depending on what you want, 70 and additional 80. You've got the online, so it's at least $20. And then you'll eventually run into needing an SD card at some point, so you'll add an additional 60. So that's what, $700, $800 right there? That's a lot of money. It's a lot of money. Oh, one other thing. Hold on, I actually didn't pull this up. Switch 2 Tech. What's it called again? Oh yeah, Welcome Tour. If you thought this was cool, it's also a paid downloadable launch title. I don't think there's an exact price for it. Maybe I saw $10. Maybe I saw $10 somewhere. I don't know if there's an article somewhere. Yeah, maybe somewhere out there. I think I remember hearing that it was $10. Yeah, so it's not free. You're paying a certain amount of money, so that way you can learn more about what your console does. Well, when I saw it initially, I was like, oh, this is like the PlayStation 5 Astro Boy thing, and like that's totally free. Or like, hell, I mean, even on the Switch, actually, the tech demos were paid, right? But like 1-2 Switch were like full-on $60 games, I think. 1-2 Switch price. Let's go to the Nintendo website. So this is essentially a tech demo of what the Switch can do, if it'll load. Otherwise, you get the idea. Oh, here we go. Yeah, $50. $50 for a tech demo. Remember, you can milk the cow. you can, yeah, milk the cow for $50. So yeah, it's crazy. This shit's so expensive. So I guess here's my message. Don't buy it. I probably shouldn't buy it immediately. Yeah, don't worry about like FOMO, fear of missing out. Yeah, this thing's so much money, and things aren't getting cheaper, especially after, well, I guess it was yesterday, at the point you're seeing this, but with the price hike and tariffs and everything just got a lot more expensive. So yeah, don't worry about it. I'm sure if you are a Sea lover, you can eventually, I imagine pretty quickly, we'll figure out how to, you know, you'll see the games on the horizon. So yeah, I just wanted to talk about that, because I've been like, as the day's been, and I've been at work, I've been like looking at this stuff, and I'm like, oh wow, oof. I was initially gonna like buy the thing for sure, but I think now I'm just gonna wait until the Bloodborne game comes out, and then hopefully things are cheaper by then. So yeah, cool.